I grew up watching Channel 4 myself.
Yeah. And in just over an hour, we're going to see a big change in the CBS Evening News right here on Channel 4. And we know a lot of people here in Western New York will be watching closely.
Yes, we do, because the new anchor of the Evening News grew up in Tonawanda, and he's been preparing for this day for decades.
The CBS Evening News with Jeff Glor.
A milestone in Western New York history will unfold when Jeff Glor takes his seat as anchor of the CBS Evening News.
Did you grow up watching CBS Evening News?
I did.
You did?
I did.
All
yeah,
right.
I did. After our local news in WIVB in Buffalo.
Glor grew up in Tonawanda, and similar to the late Tim Russert, will bring Western New York roots and sensibilities to the most prominent position in network news.
Tonawanda and Buffalo prepared me for everything. That's who I am.
His first official Saturday evening news broadcast was right here in Buffalo, New York. And it was the day after the plane crashed here.
That anchor assignment, covering the crash of Flight 3407, was one of many major stories that 42-year-old Jeff Glor has covered worldwide, preparing him for his huge new role.
I've just been trying to get better at this for 20 years, and I'm going to still keep doing that.
Jeff has just always been a hard worker, especially when it comes to reading, staying up with current events.
Hi, Jackie.
Glor visited our News 4 studios 2 weeks ago and talked about the changes he might bring to the CBS Evening News.
I think you'll see some changes rhythmically in the flow of the show. The CDC says...
And Glor is a proponent of longer-form investigative stories.
Or other stories where we can really drill down on a topic, and I'm hoping you'll see more of that.
It is not lost on Glor or anyone in his family that during these tumultuous times in news media history, he is ascending to the position once held by the journalist called the most trusted man in America, Walter Cronkite.
Those are very, very big shoes to fill. I think he knows that. I think he knows he has a super challenge in front of him. I think he can be trusted. I know he can be trusted. I'm his mom.
He can't be Walter Cronkite or Dan Rather. He's just going to have to be himself. And I think that'll be enough.
Listen, the tradition of CBS News is something that is enormously important to me. I am going to do my level best to hold up all of that as much as I can, because it means a lot to me.
But this husband, father of two, and child of Tonawanda, New York, makes his priorities clear.
But ultimately, I'm going to be defined by the father I am and the husband I am, and not the broadcaster first that I am. And that's very important to me.
And you can see that family is a guiding force in Glor's life. So I want you to please join us on News 4 at 6 tonight. I'll have much more on his family and his formative years here in Western New York.
It was a real joy having him here in the station the other day, no doubt about it.
Wonderful young man, absolutely.
And you can see Jeff Glor's debut on the CBS Evening News tonight at 6:30, right after News 4 at 6.
That's right, and we hope that you'll be watching the news a lot in the next few days, because the weather is going to be right out in front, right, Todd?
It's going to have to be, I guess. And in this case,